grammar dice games that you can play at home to practice your VCOP. If you don't have a dice, you could find a virtual dice online, you could use a spinner, or even use pieces of paper numbered 1 to 6 and put them in a hat and pull them out. So the first game is a vocabulary game. So you write a sentence with 6 words in. You can label each word class and give each word a number. So for example, I've got Joe swam across the blue ocean. I've numbered each word. I've then written which word class they belong to. When you roll your dice, then you change each word according to the numbered word in your sentence. As an example, if I rolled a number 2, I would then have to change my verb, which is swam. So I would choose another verb to replace that one. It might be that you use the same tense. It might be that you change it to a different tense. It's up to you. And then after 10 rolls, you read your sentence and check it makes sense. The second game is the conjunctions game. So each number represents a different conjunction. So you would roll the dice and whichever number you land on, for example, if I land on number 3, I would then have to use the conjunction as well as. This openers game is exactly the same as conjunctions, but instead of focusing on conjunctions, you're focusing on different openers. So you've got your I space openers there, represented by each number on the dice. This game is all about punctuation. So again, each punctuation mark represented by a different number. Try to challenge yourself, perhaps changing different punctuation for each number, so then you can try to use a variety. You could also do some reading. So I know this isn't grammar, but it links to English, and you could roll the dice so that you can talk about your book to somebody at home. Again, you could change the questions. If it's a non-fiction book, can you think of your own questions? Can an adult think of some questions they'd like to ask you? And then just roll the dice and see which one comes first. This is a game which you could have a little look at to have a bit of mixed grammar revision. So it's got lots of different words, and you can practice the meaning of them, and to make it more challenging, you could give examples of them. So for example, if I rolled the number 5, 2, I would then have to find 5, which is over here, and go up. So remember, along the corridor, up the stairs. So 5, 2 would land on concrete nouns. That then means I need to give an example or explain what concrete nouns is. So to make it more challenging, you could also change the different grammatical features that you would like to put into your grid. And also your partner might want to ask you more challenging questions. So that would be something that you could play at home. You could always use counters so that you can, or cross them off, just something that you can see which ones you have been using, or try and get a row of 4 perhaps. So if you want more of a challenge, like I said, you can change the criteria for each number on the dice to suit what you would like to practice more, or perhaps come up with your own reading questions. So there's some examples. They don't have to be exactly what I've written down. Again, instead of writing random sentences for the different games, can you write a short story? So that means that each time you write a sentence, it must follow on from your previous sentence to keep the story going. There's an actual example of this in the punctuation one. I've written a very short sentence, very short story, and you'll be able to read that as an example to show how the sentences link to create a short story. So there's loads of different dice games. Hopefully you have fun, and hope you're keeping safe.